First News with Keeler in the morning on WIBX and WIBX950.com.
Ernie Tallarico and Abdul Vohid. Do I say any of that correctly?
You said it all correct.
Okay. Good morning, Ernie. How are you?
Good morning, Bill. How are you?
Good. So we're talking about with the rescue mission about homelessness in Utica, and I have to say, and when we were speaking with Habaika on the way out, we were both telling stories of what we saw just this week when it comes to homelessness. What's going on? I have a feeling what I saw seemed to be drug related, but what's going on?
Well, that's it, and we're here because we want to spread the message that the rescue mission is here to help anybody that's in that situation, whether it be addiction, whether it be homelessness, whether it be mental health. So we're here. Our doors are wide open. We've eliminated really any barriers for entry into our shelter. There's a couple instances where we cannot house individuals. That would be sex offenders, arsonists. But other than that, our doors are wide open.
Okay.
We have a case manager, and he's come with me today, Abdul Vohid. He's came through the homeless shelter and been very successful in his life, come full circle, and is now a case manager. And he assesses all the individuals that come in. We meet them right where they're at. They're a person to us. They're not a number.
Yeah.
So we look at the whole person, and we begin to set a platform for them to be successful and then obtain housing in their lives.
All right. And Abdul, I'd like to ask you, what, when in your experience, what made you become homeless?
Thank you for having me, Bill.
Thanks.
I appreciate everything you do.
Thank you.
My addiction made me become homeless.
Oh, okay.
With my addiction, incarceration, prison, 8 years. Got released from prison with $40 in my pocket. They says, "Hey, listen, you got $40. Go do what you want to do." You know, I was lost. I was completely lost.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't know where I was going to go, what I was going to do. I know $40 wasn't going to last me 2 hours.
Yeah.
So,
How long ago was this?
2000. I was locked up from 2013 to 2020.
Wow.
Yeah. And one thing about being incarcerated, you know, because I was in Elmira, and being in the cell for 23 hours a day, you know, and nobody calling you and nobody getting in touch with you. Everybody, including, I'm sure you guys, reached out. God help me.
Yeah.
You know, and I just listened. I just listened to take it day by day. And, you know, I kept on asking God to show me, to stay with me, stay with me, stay with me. And he's been with me through this whole path, through this whole journey I've been through. And it's been a remarkable journey. You know, I'm not here to say that prison has changed me, but I think in a better way than I was before. Yes, I have a college education. Yes, I had the picket fence and the 2 children. I lost that all because of my addiction.
Oh, my God.
And walking this journey.
And this happened later in your life.
Later in my life, correct.
Wow.
Later in my life. But walking this journey now is an amazing journey because I guess I'm the voice for the voiceless.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is a lot of homeless people that aren't seen in our community. They know that the mission is a safe place. You know, what I do, like Ernie says, you know, I'm a case manager there. Meet them where they're at. You know, there's a lot of trust issues that they don't trust a lot of people. But anything that walks through our door at the emergency shelter, I can relate to.
I do have some questions, Abdul. What was the drug that was your problem?
The drug of choice. I started when I was in college. I got introduced to cocaine when I was in college, and it just continued. You know, just continued, and then I started cooking it up, and that took too long, so I started buying crack, and that was my demise. You know, that was my demise.
So you were able to somehow handle the cocaine, but once it went to that next step and kept getting worse, you needed more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow. And then when you say, they call it the New York State corrections system.
Yes, they do.
It's supposed to correct, and a lot of people criticize and say it doesn't. But it seems like, you're saying you got out in 2020.
2020. That's
Wow.
correct.
And you feel that, I mean, by the time you got out, had you kicked the habit? Had your life changed?
My how can I say? My addiction, my cravings is gone.
Yeah.
Am I an addict? Absolutely. But I believe because of the mission, I've got a great support network around me. Guys that know my every detail. If I'm doing something wrong, they'll pick me up. Something I never had before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, go to meetings and, but the payoff is, the guys coming into the mission, that helps me. That helps me.
Very interesting you say that. I've always believed that for some people, being able to help others is actually a therapy in itself.
Absolutely.
Do you believe that?
Absolutely, Bill.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Is the when you say it helps you, it's because you got to be doing the right things because they need you. So you can't go off on a wrong path because then you're letting other people down.
I think that's part of it, but the most important part is, and I don't put the spirituality out there a lot, but I've got God in my life, and it's changed me dramatically, but yes, because I have to stay sober or clean for them, but mostly it's for me, what I mean? Because I wouldn't be able to do the things that I do if I wasn't, and I have to say the mission has given me a second chance at life, Here I am a felon, okay? Here I'm an addict, now everybody in Utica is going to know, but it doesn't make a difference to me, It's about getting the word out about how the mission changed my life, and if it wasn't for I'm just one of thousands of voices that the missions that changed.
And you lived in Utica your whole life?
Utica, yeah.
So, and when you say people are going to recognize you, they're going to recognize your name, your face. It's a great deal of bravery to come forward.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm not ashamed anymore.
Yeah.
When I was using, I was ashamed.
Yeah.
But I'm clean and sober now.
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed anymore.
That's a story that we want to bring to individuals that are listening or hear this, or anybody who's on the street that's homeless or addicted. There's hope.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a real story here, and this happens all the time at the rescue mission. People come in and they do make the changes in their lives and move on. Now, there's cases where we continue to have to help them. They come back, but our doors are always open.
Yeah. I'll ask just a couple more questions. Abdul, family, have you say that has your family been able to forgive you for this? Have you been able to do any
Unfortunately, I did too much damage with my family, specifically my two boys who I love dearly. But I realized that I can't dwell on that. I can't put expectations on certain people or certain things because that'll bring me down.
Yeah.
But, it's amazing because I have to say this. Yesterday, an ex-client came in. We got him everything that he needed to do.
Yeah.
And in tow was his child, which he didn't have. So I thought in my mind, I says, okay, he can do it. I can do it. And even though I have more clean time than he does, but it was just it was amazing seeing his kid in tow. So I think about that. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's an amazing story, and this leads to oftentimes drug abuse. It leads to the homelessness that we see. There's some reason why, because there's so many places where you can get help.
Yes, absolutely.
Something is leading to that, preventing them from getting help and becoming homeless. So.
And I think that's what we've been doing. I know the city put a big push on, and we're grateful for the mayor. He brought a bunch of agencies together and said, we have to start tackling this homeless issue. So we've been out there on the streets, the rescue mission. Abdul goes. He'll go out in the morning just to engage the homeless population. You have to build a relationship with them. And what a great story that Abdul has. He can say, listen, I've been there. I know what you're going through. And when you know what somebody's going through, that opens doors right there in itself. And have a friendly face and just build the relationship with them so that they understand there is a place for them to go and get help. And they don't have to be homeless. It's not something that they have to be. And I don't think anybody ever grew up and said, I want to be homeless, but you have to peel back those layers so that you can get that relationship with them. So hopefully you can get them some help.
All right. So if somebody were listening or they know someone or how do you just show up at the rescue mission? Just
come right to the rescue mission. Yeah. We are 203-205 Rutgers Street. That's our emergency shelter. We will meet you where you're at. And, all of our services are online, uticamission.org, or you can call 315-735-1645. But if you're out there and you need help, please just come to our doors and we will help you.
All right. Ernie, thank you. And Abdul, thank you for doing what you're doing and telling your story.
You bet, Bill.
Thanks, Bill.
We'll break. Wayne has a question on of the rescue mission. Hi, Wayne. Go ahead. You're on.
Hey, I just wanted to know what is his opinion on the panhandlers in Utica.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to hang up and let him answer.
Thank
what
you,
is some say you see them get around, they go out and they hop in really nice cars and drive off almost as if it's a scam. Yeah. Is it a scam or what's going on?
I will say this, that many of the panhandlers we know, I've seen them, they've been in our shelter.
Yeah.
They're welcome in our shelter.
Okay.
So I would say if anything, you could point them to the direction of the services that are provided. I know oftentimes the city and even our workers will tell them about our services or other services, but many of them have been with us, and and a lot of times, that's not really what's going on. There's more behind the scenes.
Okay, there's more than the message that's on their sign. Okay, fair enough. All right, gentlemen, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it greatly.